I just want to talk a little about something that I think is really important in today's world. Um, I'm going to list out three different scenarios, and I want you to think about whether you have been a part of this or whether this feels like you. The first one is that you wake up in the morning and your first thought is, I do not want to go to work. The second one is that you find any reason to leave early. Any reason. You'll lie, you'll do whatever it takes just not to be in the office that day. Or the third one is that you stay up late at night because you don't want the day to end, because you know you're going to have to do it all over again tomorrow. Right now, this is one of the most rampant things going across our country. We can see as our country's unemployment rises and as employers are begging for employees to come to work. Well, why is this? Why are we in this spot where employees don't want to work, but employers are begging for people to come? Well, let me tell you, I think it comes down to something very simple. It's come down to our basic human needs. And that is, I strongly feel that employers do not make the employee feel valued. Employees don't go to work and they don't feel like they're important. They feel like that no matter what they do will not change any of the outcomes. No matter who they are and how hard they work, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, employees are really struggling to return that to the employers by working hard, by staying engaged, by being active in their company, by being proactive. But I'm here to tell you that there's a way that we can reach that middle ground where both the employee and the employer can both feel important. Now, why is this such an issue? I think that one of the biggest reasons is that the systems that we have are outdated. How many times when you're little, and even still, do you see your dad, your grandpa, your grandma, whoever it is, your aunt, your uncle, whoever, open up a catalog after they've worked at the same company for 10 years and pick from a list of items that they don't care about, or they already have one of them, or they already have two of them, right? I mean, I know there's old movies. It's just part of the culture right now that that's the only way to receive these awards, right? But why are we using a system from the 1920s? What else do we use in our world from the 1920s? I mean, we went from driving Model Ts to driving fully electric Teslas. We went from having no cell phones and barely any computers to having one in a supercomputer in our hand at all times. And why haven't we found a way to evolutionize the way that companies work? We've made a lot of progress from the days that we didn't have any labor laws and the days that we had no child labor laws. We've come a long way from there. But why do our adult employees who make more than minimum wage or even make minimum wage still feel like they're still trapped? The same feeling exists then as it does now. And we're using the same system to try to get out of it. You know, I was told as a young boy that one of the things that makes you crazy is by doing the same thing over and over and over again and never succeeding. You're asking to be failing. And that's what our system is right now, by using these catalogs, by using these outdated ways to show appreciation towards employees and for employees to show appreciation towards their employers. There's no good way that we have right now. Or so you think. There is a way. But more importantly, we have to understand really what this means. The number one thing is that only 30% of America's employees right now are actively and proactively engaged in what they're doing in their jobs. What that means is like, yeah, you probably know somebody, if you feel this way, or you probably still feel this way. But what that means is that these disengaged employees cost the economy, the U.S. economy, $550 billion per year. That's billion with a B. That is so much money, right? But more importantly than that, the employees that are engaged and that are there to be at work are 17 to 20% more effective to the employees that are not engaged. But that's mostly how the whys of why this is good for an employer, right? But I know, like me, I don't employ anybody. So how does this have any relevance to me? The biggest way is it decreases burnout by 40%. 40%. 4 out of every 10 employees will stay engaged and be at the company, right? But more importantly, it increases retention rates by 63%. That means people like me and you will stay at our jobs. We won't go job searching. We won't be unhappy. We won't go do whatever we need to do to make sure we can try to chase that happiness because we already have it. But bottom line is it saves everybody time and money, right? The employers, every time that they lose an employee, will lose $10,000 on average per employee, right? So if you lose 3 employees a month, you'll lose $30,000. But more importantly, it will take that new employee that you have to hire anywhere from 3 to 6 months to get fully ramped up to where the old employee was, right? But for an employee is that these type of program and this type of whole will make us happy. We'll have more stable lives. We'll be excited to go to work. We won't lose passion for the things that we love. Right? This all sounds fun and games. It all sounds good. But there is a solution. There is a thing out there. There is a program out there that helps these things become reality. And this solution that we have in the world right now is called AwardCo. I know it might not ring a bell. I know it's kind of a new and upcoming thing. But what it is, it's just an employee recognition platform that is partnered with Amazon. Now, why is that so important, right? Yeah, Amazon's a big company. Everyone knows Amazon. But the reason why that's important is because it's able to reward employees in a way that matters. I can guarantee you that me and you have completely different and separate lives. I love to go fishing. I love to go hunting. I love being outside. A lot of people don't like that. So why would you give me the same thing that I would give you? That has no meaning to me. If you gave me a glass mug, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I've never used a mug in my life, right? But if I gave you a fishing pole, would you even know what to do with it? So that is why it's a dynamic platform that engages employees in where they're at now. We're not all the same. We're individuals. We have different passions, different hobbies, different things that we enjoy. So why would we have a recognition platform that recognizes us all the same? It doesn't make sense. It's that 1920s thinking again, that everyone needs to survive. Right now, we don't need to survive. We're trying to thrive, right? So what does that do more importantly? It makes the employee feel more recognized for what he does. Me personally, my company uses AwardCo. So what did I get? Because my employer values me as an employee, you're looking at it. I got a big TV. I got a new laptop. And the list goes on. Right? But what's even cooler is that say you don't want a TV, say you don't want a laptop, say you don't want shoes, you don't want clothes, you don't want anything that's on Amazon. Even though there's literally everything, right? But it also lets you be rewarded by experiences. You can go take a plane. You can go get a resort or a hotel, whatever you want. So the moral of this story is that we need to quit using 1920s technology and 1920 ideology and start evolving the problem into what our century is and what our current needs fit for. And that will help employers make more money, which will help employees get more money. at the end of the day, it will be the way for employers and employees to be on the same page and to be able to enjoy the process together. Thank you.